Like so many people, I was caught up in the Black Panther hype. You know, it was one of the few movies that actually lived up to all of the hype that's been out there on it. And like many people who've seen it, there were a range of emotions that any good movie would put forth toward. And for me, it was bittersweet watching it because it was phenomenal and it was such a Pan African movie that it just blew me away. And as somebody who was raised to be Pan African, it was really great to see. Growing up in Boston, Massachusetts, growing up as a child of the 80s, I didn't really grow up in a space where people appreciated us as Africans. I'm American born, but my parents are Congolese, and we were tormented growing up because of our names. As you can hear, I don't have a stereotypical African accent, but with all of the things on television, the Sally Struthers commercials, the commercials with the Ethiopians and the bellies popping out and feed the kids and all of these things, and Tarzan, of course, pops up every 10 years, as we all know. We were bullied a lot and treated like animals when we went to school, called all types of names, African bush boogie and all of that. And most of the hate we experienced was from African Americans. And so I would read the Marcus Garveys of the world and the Malcolm X's, and I would always have these dreams of this one time where black people across the world could unite and all of the ignorance we had towards each other would stop, because we know that there are people on the continent with stereotypes about African Americans as well, and throughout the diaspora we understand that. And then groups like Public Enemy came, and the X-Clan and the African Medallions and all of those things started to become cool. Started to be cool a little bit to be African. I was kind of seeing that through a little bit of a side eye, but I appreciated it. As I started writing more poetry with Pan-African sentiments in them, I was just always waiting for these types of days. And then we started to see more in the late 90s, early 2000s, more hip hop collaborations with people traveling to the continent. But now, particularly in the age of Donald Trump, where many of us in the black community in America even feel like we're under siege, we were looking for something that could just give us some glimmers of hope. And we saw little things here and there. But the Black Panther movie, for me, what it means to me is that it shows that across the globe, when black people can come together, when people of African descent can come together, we can make beautiful things happen. And not in a way that tears anybody else down. Is we don't have to tear people down as we build ourselves up. And as we all know, a healthy black community, a healthy diasporic community is beneficial for the entire world. So when I think Wakanda Forever, when I hear people shouting it and chanting it and Instagramming it and all of that, as I did, it's a sentiment about what's possible. What's possible if we look past our differences and realize the things that we have in common, the things that we have more in common than we do that are different, as King T'Challa said at the end of the movie. Sorry, spoiler for those who haven't seen it yet. But really, at the end of the day, the other thing that's extremely important is the idea of representation. When we see little black kids, and I'm sure some non-black kids walking around with the spears and the dress and this and that, I contrast that with all of the images we see in some of the mainstream music that's out there. And I often say, what are we putting out to our kids as relates to what we want them to see? And these are the types of images that we need. This is the type of beauty that we need. And so for all of y'all who are out there going to see the movie, I'm going to see it multiple times. And for those of y'all who think it's racist, come on, celebrating who you are in an extent that doesn't bring other people down, there's nothing racist about it. All throughout my life, I've written poems like Free Your African Mind and Pulse of the Motherland, just calling on people to unite and come together. And at least for this moment, I would love to see turn into a movement. We are together. And so to the Kugler, to the cast, to the designers, all of the behind the stage people, thank you for helping bring to the big screen something that I've wished would happen all of my life. And getting to that big screen was also a Pan-African experience for all of the designers and costume people and digital everything. And it's just beautiful. So I feel really good about what I saw. I love seeing other people feel good about what they saw. And I'm looking for sequels and all of that. You know, I did my own little music video about Black Panther. Didn't make the soundtrack, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. Maybe get some honorable mention. But really, at the end of the day, movies are supposed to show what's possible. Movies are supposed to show what we can do as a human community. And this movie did that in every way, shape, and form. And to the cast, to everybody, I just want to say thank you, Asante Sana. We just really appreciate everything you did from the bring back our girl scene, showing what could happen when we get out there and take care of things on our own. Just thank you, Asante, and I can't wait to see the next one. Peace.